All right, welcome to the Small Ball Podcast. I'm your host, Bill Littler, and today we're launching something brand new. It's our freshman roundtable. This episode is all about the next generation of softball players. These athletes are stepping into the high school for the first time, and with that comes excitement, nerves, expectations, big dreams. But we wanted to give them a space to speak for themselves, talk honestly about where they're coming from and how they're preparing and what they're looking forward to as freshmen. This was the first time we did this, so it's something new for me. It's something new for the girls, and we had some technical issues, but we worked through it, and it turned out to be a great episode. You'll hear these players talk about their goals, their challenges, the advice they've received, and what it really feels like to take the next step in the softball journey. To the parents, coaches, and players watching, this conversation's for you and to our freshmen. Welcome along here. Let's get started. Freshman Roundtable.
I'm Jordan Morley, and I go to Freedom High School. I play like shortstop pitcher.
Okay, it's cool. All right, Ava.
My name's Ava Elich. I go to Blackhawk High School. My main position's outfield.
Cool. And then I think we lost Lillian. Is it Lillian? There you are.
Yeah. Sorry. I don't know what just happened.
What's that?
I said I don't know what just happened. I got kicked out and then came back in.
That's okay. It's no problem. So tell us your name and where you're from and your position.
My name's Lillian Otto. I'm from Hopewell, and I'm a catcher.
Ooh, a catcher. And we can get started. So thanks for doing this. This is pretty cool. Do you guys know who I am? Let me introduce myself anyway. So my name is Bill Littler. My daughter played softball at Central Valley. She graduated. She's now at Youngstown State playing. And I have this softball network that I've done, and I probably streamed you guys in the youth programs at one point or another. I've been doing this now for I think 3 years. It's a lot of fun for me. I enjoy doing it, and one of the best parts of doing this is interviewing. I usually interview seniors, so this is the first time that I'm doing some freshmen, which is pretty cool. I did interview a sophomore. Is my first podcast this year, but this is the first time I'm doing freshmen, so thanks for doing it. I'm excited. So here, I wanted to show you guys something to break the ice a little bit, although you guys said you're not nervous, but I'm going to do this anyway. So see if you guys can see this. Do you see it? This was my grandfather's softball when he played when he was a kid. So this is probably, it's probably over 80 years old, maybe more than that, maybe 90 years old. Pretty cool. So it's my little thing I got from my grandpa. Is any one of you like really talkative, or am I dealing with all quiet people?
I'm pretty talkative.
Okay.
Same.
We need at least one talkative one on the group. So I can see Jordan's kind of shy. I can see that. Is that true?
Sometimes.
Okay. Well, I'll be honest with you. I'm shy too. So there's nothing wrong with being shy. And I remember the first couple of times I did this, I think I was more scared than the girls I was interviewing. But it's okay. You get over it. All right. So let's get started here. So let's see how I can do this. So all these questions are new to me too. So you got to bear with me here. Okay. So it's winter. So obviously there's not much going on. Did you guys even have a fall practice, or did you guys play any fall scrimmages or anything? Everyone did?
Yeah.
You guys want to talk to me about that? So go ahead, Lillian. You seem like you want to say something.
We played in a Beaver tournament and we played a few friendlies up in like Slippery Rock and we played Blackhawk too, I think. And we did a bunch of outdoor practices and right now we're doing indoor, like open gyms.
Okay, so you are practicing through the winter?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
And that's all voluntary, huh? You can't, I don't think they can
Yeah.
make anyone go. Okay.
It's not
Do
mandatory
you
now.
have a lot of like a good showing coming?
Yeah, we do. Like last week, a lot of girls came. Before
Yeah.
that, there weren't that many, but last week we had a lot.
Cool. Cool. You like Rhonda so far?
I do.
Yeah,
I really
she's
like
cool.
her.
She's cool.
Hmm.
All right, Ava, tell me what you got here. So you guys played Hopewell at some point, huh?
Yeah, we played Hopewell. I also played in the Beaver tournament. We didn't really do too many like other games other than the Beaver tournament, but we did have practices like outdoor,
Yeah.
and now we're also at non-mandatory indoor practices.
Okay. Okay. What do you think about Riggs?
I really like Griggs. I'm a big fan of him.
Yeah. Yeah, he's cool. He's been around a
Yeah.
while, that's for sure.
Yeah.
All right, Jordan, what do you got for me here at Freedom?
We've been doing some outdoor practices since like beginning of October, and then there's like open gyms and stuff on the weekends, I think, at the
Okay.
high school for
Okay.
practice.
How are you guys with numbers? I know you guys always have troubles getting numbers.
It's good. This year there's a lot of girls and a good amount. It's definitely gone up since the years past.
Good. Good. Who's the coach this year? Is it the same one
Um,
from last year? I forget it.
yeah,
What's
Dale.
Dale? That's it. Cool. That helps too when you have a consistent coach there. You kind of get your environment established and
Yeah,
it's
he's really excited for the season and
good.
the years to come.
Good. 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 Yeah. Awesome. Okay. So, okay. So in this waiting, we'll call it a waiting period, right? Because you guys are still winter and stuff. So what's the hardest part of waiting before the season starts? Let's start with Ava this time.
Honestly, I think the hardest part is like not knowing if I've put enough work in to be like where I want to be at,
Yeah.
and not knowing like how my competition's gonna be, because everyone's gonna be like my age or older, and like they're also gonna be like really good too.
Yeah. I think it would be kind of tough for a freshman coming on Blackhawks team because you guys have a lot of established players. You have a lot of
Yeah.
success. Yeah, but they did lose several players from last year, so there should be some openings for you.
Yeah, I'm hoping. We'll have to see.
It's cool. All right. Who we got? Lillian. Let me know how it's going in Hopewell.
I think the hardest part is not knowing your role in the team because everybody's been with each other for like 2, 3, 4 years and you're just the new person coming up.
Yeah.
So, but that's like the same thing for all freshmen. But I think that's the hardest part.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, you have to kind of, you have to show the coaches in the off season how committed you are, how hard you're working, how,
Yeah.
showing up on time, being coachable is always a big thing. And there's
Yeah.
always rules for all players on the team, especially with us in Beaver County, because you guys don't really have a lot of numbers. Like I know in some of the bigger schools, like towards Pittsburgh, they have tryouts. People actually get cut. We don't really have that issue here in Beaver County, especially over in Freedom. So what do you got going on? How are you nervous, or what would I say what's the hardest part of waiting for the?
I'm nervous because like Freedom, there used to like not be a high school team at all, and in the past there's never been a team, so it's kind of like nerve-wracking and stuff because I think we're definitely going to do better this year because we have good girls coming up from the middle school, but I think that we'll definitely like do better this year than we have in years past.
Yeah. That's good. And like I said, I know Freedom's had troubles with numbers through the years. I know even your youth program, they struggle finding enough girls a lot of times. But I mean, you're a smaller school, so it's really understandable.
Yeah.
What class are you guys in? Are you single A or double A?
I don't know.
I have to look at that. And I think
Yeah.
they realigned teams this year too. Do any of you know about that?
I do.
Where's Hopewell at this year? Do you know? I didn't even get to look at it yet.
I don't know if we changed, but I just know of other schools changing. I think
Yeah.
we're still 3A.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool. That's one thing I wanted to look at. Someone reminded me that I think they do it every couple years, and this was a year they did it. I didn't get a chance to look. Okay. All right. So let's start with Jordan on this one here. So, if the season started tomorrow, what part of your game do you feel best about?
I feel best about probably like my fielding and then also my mentality. I know like travel has helped me a lot with like my attitude and everything. So definitely I'm confident in my like mentality.
Okay. So how do you handle let's say you struck out looking 2 at bats in a row. How do you handle that mentally?
I just try to like reset and I go to my coaches to ask like what I'm doing wrong, if there's like anything they could help me with.
Okay. That's cool. Yeah, I'm just curious you guys are younger, so I'm curious of your mindset in those situations. That's awesome. Okay, so let's go ahead and move over to Ava here. So if the season started tomorrow, tell me about the part of your game you feel best about.
Probably like the skills of myself that I can control.
Okay.
Because like my fielding, my hitting, like my attitude, like I can control all of those.
Yeah, one of my daughter's travel coaches told her, she was the first one that ever said this to her. She said, "Control the controllables." And I always like that because you're right. There's not much you can handle if you don't have control over it. So there's no reason to get upset or worry about it. That's cool. All right, so Lillian, tell me, what part of your game do you feel best about?
I would say my catching skills and my confidence because I like trust all the work I put in for my confidence. And for travel softball, I'm always catching. Like that's really my only position on that team. So I would say I'm confident in those two.
Okay. Now, do you? So tell me the catching situation at Hopewell. Is
Um,
there upperclassmen?
so there are a lot of catchers actually. I'm there's me and there's another freshman catcher. The oldest catcher is a junior.
Okay.
So, but there's a bunch of there's 2 junior catchers and there's 2 sophomore
Oh
catchers
wow,
and 2 freshmen.
you
So we
guys
have a
do
lot
have a
of
lot.
catchers.
Yeah, that's okay though. I mean, look, there's a lot of positions on the field, so if you
Yeah.
don't make it as a catcher, you definitely have opportunities other places.
Yeah.
Have you always caught?
I started catching 4 years ago, I think. So it hasn't been like my whole life. I
No.
used to play shortstop.
Now, is there? So I know a lot of catchers start catching because a lot of times you're the only one that can do it on the team that you're on. Is that what happened with you?
Yeah, I went to my first travel softball tryout and the catcher was the only position open. So my dad was like, you're gonna be a catcher. So I
Okay.
just started catching and I made the team as a
Yeah.
catcher.
Yeah.
So
That's good. I mean that's a lot of the, and sometimes like my daughter, for instance, she was a catcher when she was younger. And the reason why is because she was the only one that could handle the girl who was pitching, because the girl who pitched threw really fast, really hard at a young age. And she was the only one that was brave enough to catch back there. So she became a catcher. So that's cool. All catchers seem to have that unique story on how they got started behind the plate.
yeah.
What do you like about catching the most?
I like that you're in every single play. Like
Yeah.
there's no play where you're just standing around and not doing anything. Like you have to be focused in on every single play.
Yeah. And the only person that's facing your entire team, right? I mean, that's
Yeah,
important.
yeah. You're like the leader.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on here. So what do you think coaches noticed most in freshmen before tryouts even begin? We don't have tryouts. So this question's kind of not us. So let's do this. What do you think your coaches noticed most in freshmen as you're practicing through the winter? Let's start with Ava. I think this will be a good one for her.
I think your coaches notice like the most like your effort and your attitude and your coachability-ness. Like if you show that you want to be there and you show that like you give encouragement to your teammates, and if you like listen to the things that your coaches are telling you, I think that's a really good thing as a freshman.
Yeah, I mean, I coached a little bit when my kid was younger, but it's always easy to coach kids who actually want to be there and who want to put in the effort and who, work hard. Those kids are definitely easier to coach. So Jordan, tell me, what do you think?
I think there's like a lot of things that coaches look for in like athletes, but I think the most important one is coachability. Because I always been told by like my travel coaches and stuff that you could be the best player on the team. You could like have the highest batting average and everything. But as soon like as you get a bad attitude or you put your head down, it doesn't make you a coachable player because you lose. Yeah. Like
I get what you're saying, and I mean, a lot of what I just said, with what Ava said is the same thing. If you're not a pleasant player or someone who's showing an effort, it's hard to coach you. It's really hard. So, your attitude is absolutely the most important thing when you're especially when you're young. I mean, throughout your entire career it is, but when you're young, those coaches want to see that you want to be a part of the team, no matter what it is. Even if it's just you leading cheers on the bench, you know what I mean? That's the coaches like that. All right, so let's move on here. So this will be a good question for you guys. So how are you managing pressure and confidence without pressing too hard? So let's start with Lillian on that one.
I always have the mentality of instead of seeing like expectations as weight, I use it as motivation to push me forward and to continue getting better. So that's like my mentality for that one.
Okay. So you like, tell me more about that. Like, so you get motivated if like, instead of pressure, you feel like it's more motivation than, yeah,
Yeah.
I like that. All right. So let's move on. Let's move on to Jordan. Can you answer that for me?
I agree with her. Like definitely people like I don't really feel pressure a lot. I feel it whenever I'm like definitely on the field playing, but I think that it's definitely more of a motivation than pressure.
Okay. Okay. How do you guys handle like moments that have a lot of pressure in it? Like if you're like, let's say you're, in a game where you need a hit, like your team's down by a couple runs and you're a leadoff batter, or you're someone's on third and you need a hit with 2 outs. Like, how do you handle that pressure?
Um I definitely like try to take deep breaths. I definitely talk to my coaches to like get some input on stuff, and that's how I get pressure relieved.
Okay. Okay. Hey, Lillian, tell me more like on that side of it.
I would say I trust in my abilities enough to know that I will most likely succeed in those stressful situations. So
Okay.
I just lean towards that.
Okay. That's good. That's good. I like my daughter was the same. She was really confident. We put in a lot of practice and a lot of work. So when she was in those situations, she felt confident in herself, and she actually welcomed those types of situations and did really well in them. A lot of people, have trouble in those pressure type situations because they're not prepared or they're not ready for it. What do you think, Ava? Give some input.
Um, I agree with you a lot. I feel like staying confident in those situations is like the best thing you can do for yourself, knowing that you put in a lot of work like constantly year round, so you can just stay confident like your skills that you have and not be able to like feel the pressure on you.
Yeah. Yeah, confidence is a big thing for sure. And a lot of times those confidence come with your work ethic and how much you put into the practice side of it. I always say, practice hard. That way the games are easy. And it's always the way that I looked at it. That's how I would tell my daughter anyway. If you go to practice and you're not huffing and puffing, or you're not, you got blisters on your hands from swinging the bat, then the games can be a little bit more challenging for you. I don't understand why it's asking this. Are you guys doing anything for recruiting right now? You guys kind of young. Do you have interest in playing college ball?
Yeah.
You do? You all three of you do?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about what are you guys doing in the off season to get better? Let's start with Ava.
In the off season, I keep my conditioning up by like playing basketball, and then I have to keep my grades up for just the academic work of it.
Yeah.
And I just do hitting and stuff on my own whenever I'm outside of practice.
Okay. So is that the only you play basketball and softball?
Yeah.
All right. So Lillian, tell me about what you think. Or what are you doing in the off season to prepare for the season?
Did you say me?
Did I say Lillian? I think I did.
Okay,
Yeah.
sorry.
No,
My,
it's
my
okay.
thing cut out again. I do stuff with my travel team, like we do weightlifting and we do hitting and fielding. And I go to a hitting coach. And I usually go to M7 every week and do hitting stuff there. So I'm always just working, even on the off season.
Good. Do you play any other sports?
I play volleyball. So
Volleyball.
that's in the fall.
That's in the fall. So that's done already, huh?
Yeah.
Cool. All right, Jordan.
My team for travel, we've been doing like weightlifting and stuff. We go to the Lemieux and Cranberry. And then I have like track conditioning, which we run obviously and do weights and stuff. Then I also do pitching lessons every week. So
So you're a pitcher. Do you like doing that?
yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of you got to put a lot of work in to be pitcher. There's a lot of work behind that. There's a lot of work to be a catcher too. That's not something that you can just jump in and do. All right, so let's talk a little bit about your travel teams. So I don't have that question on here, but I want to talk more to you guys. So Lillian, go ahead and go first. Who do you play for?
I play for Athletics 15U. It's based in Columbiana, Ohio.
Okay. How long have you been on that team?
This is my second year on that team.
Okay. I don't see many teams that are like, how many teams do they have in that program?
I think they have one for every age group.
Okay.
And we have that big facility up in, I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but that's where we practice. It's like a indoor softball, volleyball, basketball. It has a bunch of stuff in it, but we're
cool.
sponsored by them, so.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool to have your own facility like that.
Yeah, it's really nice too.
Yeah. It's newer, I'm assuming.
It is. I think in the last 3 years.
It's cool. Oh, there's our warning. Let me close that. Okay, so Jordan, who do you play for?
I play for Pittsburgh Power.
Which team?
14U.
14U. Well, what's the coach?
My mom.
Your mom.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Did your mom play ball?
Yeah, she played all through high school.
Okay. Oh, that's cool. Do you where do you guys train at? Are you still training at they used to have their own facility?
We have our own facility out near Wexford. We just got a new one like 3 years ago. and then our outdoor fields are out in Zilly.
Okay. Are they like 2 fields side by side?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I know where you're at. That's cool. How about you, Ava? Where are you playing at?
I play for Passion 15U. We practice out in Gibsonia.
Gibsonia. Passion's been around for a while. I remember playing when my daughter played 10U. I remember playing Passion teams. Power's been around too. Power's probably one of the oldest travel teams in our area. I know Valley Rage is too. They've been around for a long time. Athletics, they're new. They're new.
Yeah, well, they used to be Storm. I don't know if you remember
Ohio
that.
Storm?
I don't know. Yeah. Or
Okay.
not Ohio Storm, sorry, Steel Valley Storm.
Steel Valley Storm. Okay, yeah.
Yes. I don't know how long that was for, but we recently became athletics.
Yeah, I remember my daughter would play she would play Steel Valley Storm. So they've been around for a few years. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see what else we got here. So I'll just ask this. What are you guys looking forward most about playing at your varsity team? Go ahead and start with Lillian.
I'm excited for this like new chapter of my softball career. I get to experience playing softball with new people and new coaches, so I always find that exciting.
Yeah. It's fun. Varsity's fun because you guys play like, you know, I mean, you want to be competitive and you want to win. So, you know, you definitely want to, you know, focus on that, but it's fun playing, I think, with your schoolmates, you know, your friends and stuff in school. You know, it's cool. And you get to play with girls too that you know, they're not really, some girls aren't really focused. Like softball isn't something that they really die for. You know what I mean? Like I know some of us, you know, softball is our passion. It's what we want to do. But there's some girls on a team that just are there to have fun and just to be part of something, which is cool too. You got to, you know, make them feel welcomed and, you know, even if they're not, you know, some of the best players, but it's kind of it's unique. It's not like travel where you got 10 girls that would run through a brick wall to play softball, you know? So how about you, Jordan? What are you looking forward to?
I'm definitely looking forward to playing with all the girls because I've known them for a long time, and since we're such a small school, there's a good amount of girls, but all of them I've been playing with for the past few years. So it's definitely going to be exciting, and I hope we do better this year, like record wise. So I hope that's like a new accomplishment for me and my teammates.
Yeah. Okay, so then Ava, I see. What are you doing over there? You're disappearing on me every once in a while.
Yeah, I keep coughing.
Oh, you're coughing. You have a cold?
Yeah. A little bit, yeah.
Hopefully you don't spread it over the video here. So tell me, what are you looking forward to most with varsity?
Honestly playing with like the older girls. I've known most of these girls like my whole life, so I'm really excited to get some seasons in with them.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys should have a fun year this year.
Yeah, we will. I think it'll be enjoyable.
Should be a lot of fun.
Mhm.
What about Hopewell? Are you guys going to be competitive this year? What do you think?
Well, our shortstop, she just transferred, so I don't know if that'll have a big impact or not, but I think we're gonna be pretty competitive this
All
year.
right. Where'd she transfer to?
Lincoln Park,
She
yeah.
went to Lincoln Park. That's
Yeah.
cool.
hmm
Cool. So is there anything else that you guys want to talk about? I have one more question for all of you. I didn't know if there was something else you guys wanted to talk about. I'll ask you this. I'm going to get personal with you. How are your grades? Are you guys doing good in school? Yeah. Freshman year didn't smack you around too much. I know it's different than middle school. You guys aren't saying much. That makes me nervous.
No, my grades are good. I have
Good.
all A's right now.
Same.
Awesome.
Yeah, me too.
Good. I know that sometimes when you go into that, it's like, I don't know, being a freshman is kind of challenging sometimes. Just you know, from a mental standpoint, you know, you're the young kids on the block, but that's good. You guys are adjusting. You seem to be doing pretty well. It was different when I was in school too. You would always get picked on, beat up. Okay, so I got one final question for each of you here. So when March finally arrives, what do you hope your coach says about you? So let's start with Jordan.
I hope my coach says that I'm definitely very coachable and I'm someone that they could like rely on. And if they need like someone in outfield, I'll always be able to go out there and I'll be able to lift up the team if we're losing, and I'll definitely have like a positive attitude even in a negative situation.
Are you gonna have a chance to pitch for them?
So last year they didn't have a pitcher at all. They had a girl that was just starting to learn how to pitch and she was a senior.
Okay.
So me and one of my good friends that we grew up with each other pitching, we're gonna be the only two pitchers there. So I think whenever she's pitching, I'll probably be playing shortstop, and whenever like vice versa.
Yeah. Okay. That'll be exciting. Have a chance to pitch as a freshman. That's pretty cool. All right, Ava. What do you hope the coach says about you coming into March?
I hope my coach has confidence in me and says that he has confidence in me and that he can trust me on the field and that I'm just a good overall player for my teammates and to be able to help my team on the field and on the offensive side to hit.
You just look. You give me the impression that you're just like chill, like you're just ready to roll. Is that just how you are? Like when you're playing, you just seem to be so calm and.
Yeah, I mean, I try to keep myself as calm as possible, but I also get really excited whenever things are going really well.
Are you someone who jumps around when things happen? Okay, you're just nice and calm on the phone here. I can see you. All right, what about you, Lillian?
I hope my coach realizes that I'm a coachable player and that I put in the effort and I'm willing to go the extra mile for my team. And I hope she realizes that I want to be a positive leader for our team.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool. Well, hey, we got a minute left. So if you guys don't really have anything, I just want to thank you all for doing this. I think hopefully it worked out okay. I'm sorry about the earlier mishap. I was having troubles connecting for some reason.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, so thanks for doing this. I'll have this up on I'm behind on releasing podcasts. It's just this time of year has just been really hectic for me. So but I'll start putting them out there so everyone can watch them. So but yeah, thanks for doing this. I appreciate it. Merry
Thank you for
Christmas,
having me.
everyone.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas.
Merry
Yeah.
Christmas.
And we'll see you on the fields.
Yeah, thank
Yep.
you.
All right.
Yeah, bye. Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.